This to me was the weakest season out of all the boys. I think I rated a low 7. I rated the first season a 7, the second season a 8, and the third season a 9. And the only reason the third season is not a 10 is because I'm not going to spoil it, but nothing really changed. I'll just say that. Excuse me. But yeah, this season, I mean, it was alright, man. It was kind of like, oh my son, oh my goodness, what's about to happen? Can't say much, like I said, don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, it's like a little 7. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. I was entertained for the most part, maybe, but not like strongly entertained. A lot of stuff I kind of predicted, some things I didn't, but yeah, I'm excited to see the last season though. Next season will be the last season.
That's a fact.
Yeah, anything to add on, take away from that? GP, I know you watched it.
No, I was saying, is that a fact? That's the last season?
Yeah, that's a fact. Now, okay,
Oh.
they stated that, and then there was interviews of them saying it would be great if season 5 ended on a cliffhanger, and the last thing would be a movie. Yeah, but I don't know how true that's gonna be because season 5 is coming out in 2026, which is also a fact.
Yeah, and see, so I'm glad you brought that up. I watched Gen V like literally 2 weeks ago, and there was a scene this season, and I was like, when did that happen? I was like, did that happen season 2, season 3?
Yeah, Gen V is intertwined with it.
Yeah, so but I didn't realize that, right? I just knew like a year ago, people was like, hey, y'all should watch Gen V, and I just never watched it. But one day I said, you know what? I think I was waiting for the boys, and I finished. I was like, let me just watch Gen V. And then I saw the scene that the season referenced, and I was like, oh, that's what happened, and that's how we get to this point. So if you didn't watch Gen V, you don't need it to watch the boys fully. But if you do watch it, it connects it way more. You'll understand the subliminal and the behind the scene things if you watch it. So me just watching Gen V, I finally was able to understand the full dynamic of the season. I do agree with you at the end of it. 90% of things really didn't change. Maybe it just enhanced what was already there. Like for all characters, really. It's not.
Are you talking about this season or last season?
This particular season. Like when I think of the main characters, I don't think the dynamic of the characters really changed. Like what Homelander was from last season to this season was
okay. So yeah, what I meant by change, I was more so referencing season 3, and I was talking about like the story, not necessarily the characters. I was saying like season 3, the story, like from point A to point B, or A to C. Like B was fire, but we still kind of went back to A. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if that makes sense. Like where we started in season 3, we pretty much ended there. You know what I'm saying? Not anything changed, like even story wise, because the whole story was based on, you know, this one variable that the good guys were taking, and then the second variable where they got this new character. Those are the two things that were the biggest factors in season 3. And then like, I don't want to say much more, but pretty much like,
I mean, because like you explained it, and almost to me, yeah, okay.
Yeah, as a story, season 3, nothing changed. Like it was like,
right,
all right, you know. But as characters, like the characters pretty much always stay the same. There's not a lot of development.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, for example, did this character get a group of people? Did this character get a new ability? Did this character overcome something? Like, was there growth in the character?
Yeah, character development. Yeah, that's what you're saying.
That's what I'm more so talking about. Nothing really changed from that. Everyone is basically still the same. Like, even if there was one character that changed, right, for this season. There was one character that really went through that, but everyone else kind of stayed the same. Like, now people in different predicaments. Now that's changing.
Yeah, the story has changed for sure.
Right, but I just feel like the characters themselves, maybe 1 or 2, but still more so the same.
The characters don't change that much in the show.
Yeah, which I can understand. I mean, you don't just change overnight. It ain't like it's a cartoon, but I personally, I do agree with you. I think you said you think this is the worst season. I want to say season 2 and this one are tied for me. I'm trying to think. When did Homelander Father come? Was that last season? Season 3, right? That was season 3, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So between season 2 and this one, to me is, if I'm thinking correctly,
2 was with that crazy girl.
Yeah, see, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that wasn't good. The mystery of what the sun was the best part of that season to me. They kind of figured out and all that, but I actually think they was tied. I don't think this was the better season. Yeah. I don't think it was bad, but I do put it on par with season 2, in my opinion.
I don't remember too much from 1 and 2, but I remember liking 2 more than 1. I remember being the odd person about season 1. I didn't like season 1 as much as everybody else did.
Okay, yes, I really like season 1, but that was because it was new and something different.
That's what I like.
Season 2 wasn't bad either.
Season 1, I was like, yeah, it's new, but like, I don't know, it just wasn't like captivating me as much. I'm like, oh, this is cool. You know, Homelander's a good character. We're seeing like the good guys, quote unquote, be bad. I was like, okay, you know, I don't know. I gotta rewatch season 1, but I remember not liking it as much. I gave it a 7 though. So yeah.
Oh, look. Yeah, I say the same for this season. I'm fine with that too.
Yeah. Okay. Sports Minute.